Hello everyone, my name is pqibasco. I'm going to start off with my very first deck profile. This is my Yusei Fudo Turbo Deck. So far I've only brought it to one tournament and I went 3-2. It's not that bad, but it's not the best as well. Basically I'm going to start off with the deck list, and I'm not going to show everyone how it works. There's other videos that show how it works. I'm just going to explain a couple of flares that I added in myself. So here it goes. Start off 3 Junk Synchron, 2 Quickdraw Synchron, 3 Tuningwares, 3 Darksea Rescues, 2 Quillbolt Hedgehog. Some people add this part of the deck, some people don't. I personally like it. Triple Cyber Valleys. Basically, Cyber Valley is a really good draw engine for this deck and could hold out as a wall. Since I will run Machine Duplication in this deck, this card could be summoned easily and could be summoned in bulk. Next, personally, I consider this card a new staple, Effect Veiler. Basically, you could negate one of your opponent's monster effects during their turns by discarding these cards, like De-Synchro. You could negate cards like Brionac or Monarchs during their turn, during their main phase. And it's also a tuner. I don't really use it as much as a tuner, but for emergencies, yeah, you could use it. Next, Searcher of the deck, Sangan. I like running 2 Rykos for this deck. This deck basically needs a lot of graveyard control, and you need stuff in your graveyard to make this deck work. 2 Rykos do the job perfectly, and you could basically nuke a card as well. Level Leader, Dandylion. Gorz helps you out in troublesome situations, but right now I'm currently considering to switch Gorz in for Tragodia, because this deck is really heavy on synchroing, and with Trag's ability of level changing and taking control of your opponent's monsters by tributing one of your own, Trag would really work out. And another combo with Trag is you could change this level to a 1 or 2 and synchro Junk Warrior and get the attack boost from Tragodia. With the amount of lights and darks, I run Chaos Sorcerer. And with the amount of graveyard control, it's really summoned to summon this next card, Dark Arm Dragon. And with the amount of darks in this deck, you could nuke a good percentage of the field. Now for the spells. Inferno Reckless Summon. 2 Machine Duplications for Darksea Rescue, Tuningware, and Cyber Valley. Double Summon. For draw power and dumping cards in the graveyard, Hand Destruction. After Star Strike Blast came out, this deck got a major support card called Tuning. Basically, you can search any one of your Synchron tuners and mill a card after you search. With this card, it's so nice to switch in for Rhoda, Reinforcements from the Army, and if you're lucky, you could mill a Dandylion or Quillbolt and synchro right away. 1 for 1 for all the level 1s in this deck. Charge for dumping cards and searching for Ryko. Amazing card for this deck, De-Synchro. You could basically recycle your draw engine, like your Tuningwares and your Darksea Rescues, and special summon them after you De-Synchro the monster. And another thing that this card I use this for, that I figured out and saw it online, and not much people know, is that when you use this on an opponent's synchro monster, they don't get to summon their material back because it has to be in your graveyard and not theirs. And for the staples, Mind Control for taking more monsters for your synchro. 2 MST. Pot of Avarice. Monster Reborn. Lightning Vortex. And I run 2 traps in this deck. Most people really don't like running traps in this deck, but Before, when I tried running this deck without any traps, I could barely win, and I needed heavy counter power. So I think 2 Dark Bribes would do the job. Next is the Synchro deck. I'm going to start with the lowest level and go up to Armory Arms, 2 Junk Warriors, Brionac, Drill Warrior, Turbo Warrior, Nitro Warrior, Junk Archer, Black Rose for nuking the field. Since I don't run Dark Hole, or since Heavy Storm was also banned, I run Black Rose and I could Synchro 7 easy too. So Black Rose. A new Synchron tuner Synchro monster that came out from the PSP game Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Force 5, Chevalier de Fleur. This card basically has a crazy effect where you could negate one of your opponent's spell or trap cards during your turn, once during your turn. So basically you could negate like Bottomless or Mirror Force if they use it. So really good card. I run a Road Warrior because it's a 3000 beater. Stardust, Junk Destroyer, and this card, Mist Wurm. Not much people run it for this deck, but I really love running Mist Wurm because, like Junk Destroyer, you could recycle the effects with the De-Synchro and Re-Synchro combo. And with Mist Wurm, basically, you bounce back cards back to their hand, and you don't trigger card effects like Starlight Road, so it's very good. And this is my Yusei Fudo Turbo Deck. I really hope you like it, and please feel free to comment down below.